So Jair and Christian will be questionable. A.J. Dillon doubtful.
Matt, any thought to your travel plans? Are you sticking with your normal schedule, or do you have to adjust?
We adjusted just very minimally. We're going to bump it back an hour, and hopefully we can get out on time.
I asked you yesterday if Christian and Romeo had shown you what you needed to see. You weren't quite sure. Yesterday when I asked, I'll ask you today. Have they shown you what you need to see?
Well, obviously Romeo has.
Yeah.
He's not on the injury report, and then we'll see on Christian. A lot of it's going to be how he feels and where we're at with him.
Since you admitted to gamesmanship with him last week,
This is not a gamesmanship. This is legit.
He's closer than he was last week.
Yeah.
Kind of the same question for Jair. Do you guys know right now if he can play or not? Or
We don't know. We're just trying to give him up to game time to kind of figure it out. He will legitimately be a game time decision.
Matt, what was just your reaction with Keyshawn, all pro, both at the NFLPA and then the Associated Press today?
Yeah, that's awesome. What an honor for everybody, because he can't do that alone. I mean, there's a lot of guys there's blocking for him, doing what they do, and so it's a credit to that whole unit. And certainly he's an incredible talent, and we're lucky to have him. I know he's pretty fired up about it and gave credit to his teammates.
Matt, how did you think your guys kind of went through the week? Did they treat it like a regular week and not a playoff week as you'd hoped? Do you have a good feel for kind of how they're handling?
Yeah, we made some adjustments with our practice schedule in terms of just being indoors for every day. But I thought the guys were focused, and I thought we did put in the necessary work. It all starts with your preparation. We know that. I think our guys embrace that, and but they're excited for the opportunity.
You obviously had a great receiver with Devontae. CeeDee Lamb's numbers are pretty astronomical too. What's made him so effective when obviously he leads the league in targets? People know where he's going to get the ball, and that still happened.
Yeah, they do a great job of put him in different positions to get the football. I think Dak's playing at a really high level. You could argue he's playing as well as anybody in the league. And there's guys around him as well that take pressure off of him. Certainly, I think Jake Ferguson's had a heck of a year. Brandon Cooks. I mean, they got multiple people around him. Pollard, but he's an incredible talent, and it jumps off the screen. You can see it. His ability to get yak is as good as anybody.
Matt, you mentioned Ferguson. You guys have obviously done a good job of scheming to get your tight ends the ball. How good of a job do they do to get him involved, and how do you think you guys have defended tight ends in recent weeks?
Well, I think it's all dependent upon the game plan. Obviously, you're always trying to take what a team does well and take that away as best you can. But I think just like, when you have a receiver like CeeDee Lamb out there as well, it's going to open up opportunities for other guys. I mentioned Dak. I think he's doing an outstanding job. I think it's really important for us to put pressure, in his face, move him off the spot in order to hopefully do something to disrupt his rhythm and timing in the passing game, because when he's able to go back there and there's not a lot of pressure around him, he's surgical.
Who did you have play Micah Parsons for your look team this week? Anybody in particular? Or?
No, we rotate that around.